Hello everyone, this is Japan Spirit. I'm Takashi Kawatani in Tokyo.
Hi, I'm Itadia.
This program is about revisiting Japan Spirit, the spiritual backbone of our country. Our purpose is to explore ways to how to make Japan Spirit more tougher and inclusive in a globalizing world. Would you like to introduce today's topic?
After 4 programs, you must have come away feeling nature seems to be the driving force of almost everything Japanese do. Faith, kata or form, gekkai or spiritual boundary, mottainai or eliminating wastefulness. So this week, let's take a look at Japanese concept of nature deeply.
I think you'll be surprised to know that there was no Japanese word for nature until the English word nature was imported to Japan during the Meiji era, which is about 100 years ago.
Really?
Yes.
Even though nature was hugely important in Japanese lifestyle?
Yes, it is. It's because nature was totally part of our daily life, and we didn't even think about the word to describe it. You know, it's within ourselves.
So where's in mandala does nature fall under?
Nature is a big subject, so it would fall under authenticity, synchronicity, and perhaps aesthetic, the beauty. If you have a look at this slide, English word nature is about trees, mountains, lakes, and animals. Those are the physical things, physical objects that you can observe with your eyes. So it is about physical observables that give birth to science. In Japan, so that word was pronounced as jinen. Consists of 2 words, ji and nen. Ji is of itself. Nen is as it is. See? So it is about all in the outside world, in the wild. So as opposed to the English concept of nature being physical observables, the Japanese original meaning of jinen is about unartificial origin of life. It is more about the sense rather than science. Let's look at this jinen concept from a different angle with this diagram. Of itself and as is or being. See? Therefore, it is about natural state of being. And the typical example, you might say it is a little bit far-fetched example of natural state of being. However, it is about, let's say, sashimi, raw fish. It is a natural taste of tuna or cuttlefish or whatever, rather than putting seasoning or chili sauce so much into it. Okay, I'd like to look at nature from 2 different angles from now. First is about authenticity. Here we are looking at the very famous castle in France made by Louis IV, Chateau de Versailles, and it's a symmetrical man-made garden. So the point of this garden is right, left, is completely symmetrical. And there was no water in this place, so this king did a piping, large-scale construction to bring water from afar to this place in order to show his power and influence to the people. Whereas on the right is a typical, what we call a circuit garden. There are several types of garden, a rock garden or viewing garden from the balcony. This one is a circuit garden, meaning as you walk around the garden, you will see a different views, isn't it? The reason why is, of course, it is better to live in the wild, but it's not practical. We have to live a modern life. So we want to take that naturalness of the wild nature into our residence or into a park, and we want to make it as natural as possible. British people have what they call British garden, where they plant flowers to invite butterflies to come in, and a British cottage lifestyle. And likewise, Japanese houses are so close to nature. If you just open the screen or Fusuma or Shoji, there's always the small insects or crickets or butterflies can freely come in
Yes.
and out. When my American friend first came to Japan, he said, well, there are so many bugs in Japan. Okay, another way to look at the nature is from the perspective of a synchronicity. Synchronicity is about haiku. It's a 575 syllable poem making. It is about integrating beauties of nature with daily life. And not only haiku poem making was popular among the educated and high class, but also by everyone on the street throughout the country. Beauties of nature is called in Japanese kacho fugetsu. Ka is about flower, cho is about animals, and fu is winds, and getsu or tsuki is about moons. So when we make a poem of haiku, we must use those words that symbolize seasons of Japan. How many seasons in Japan?
I think it's 4 seasons.
4 seasons. How many seasons in Indonesia?
2.
Okay. Which is?
It's maybe I call it rainy season
and
dry season.
Dry season. Here's a question for the viewers. Which season of the Japan 4 seasons does it symbolize?
Spring.
Spring. That's right. And then the center is a cricket that starts in perhaps July, August. But what is the symbol season?
Cricket?
Cricket.
I think it's autumn.
Autumn, that's right. Although it does happen in the summertime, but it's a symbol of autumn, the sound, the beautiful sound it creates.
Yeah, it could be summer too.
Yes, it happens in summer too, but the symbol of autumn, right? New Year's pine, which is?
Of course, winter.
The winter. So in composing haiku poem, 575 syllables, you must use the beauties of nature, or seasonal word, or kigo. Not using the word, seasonal word, it is not.
It's not haiku.
Not haiku. Okay. Okay, here is our today's topic corner, and our guest is from Malaysia, and his name is Dato Zulkifli Malik. He is a corporate advisor to many Japanese companies in Malaysia, and playing the very active role as a kind of cultural and business bridge person between Japan and Malaysia. Actually, Malaysia still has been the number one destination for Japanese pensioners in terms of its English language and the political social stability, and of course prices are being reasonable. However, recently every day Japanese media reports about some of the instabilities in the political world. Malaysia has been known as the successful model of Muslim country in terms of its stability, harmonious relationship among the 3 ethnic groups, Chinese, Malays, and Indian people. Would you say it is being affected in any way by recent Prime Minister Najib's the so-called scandal?
I strongly felt that Malaysia remained as a good model of a Muslim developing nation, and it remained unchanged. The current integrity issues mooted by the Prime Minister has not impacted the country as a whole, but more of impacting his leadership quality and trustworthiness.
If I may say, as a foreigner with very little knowledge of your situation, if this thing is happening to prime ministers or presidents of other developing economies, I wouldn't be so surprised. By that I mean sacking his deputy, sacking the director general of the blah blah, seems to be going backward.
Yeah.
It doesn't look like Malaysia. What's going on? What's going on there?
For the first time in the history of Malaysia premiership, we see for the first time ever, the citizens are making fun of the Prime Minister and his wife.
Oh.
To the extent, even when you mention a figure of 2.6 billion, everybody will laugh and smile, and it's becoming a joke.
Oh.
And you can even give a bribe to a policeman and later say it is a donation. So this is not good for the country, because to me, Malaysia, more than half are Malays and also Muslim. We were taught to respect our parents, the rulers, the leaders, the elderly, but now even school children are making fun of the Prime Minister. So the nation is now demoralized by the bad example set by the leaders and politicians.
You're not talking about replacing LAP with LCP. Look, China policy, are you?
I don't think so.
Okay.
I think they will still remain, Japan remain as one of the places that we still look upon. Look, its policy will continue.
I really hope so.
We have changes. We have changed 3 prime minister.
Right. I was so pleased to see your first book, which you presented to former Prime Minister Tun Dr. Mahathir. Can you tell me your title of the book in English?
Actually, Samurai of Kampung Medan. Kampung Medan is the place where I was brought up.
Okay. Why did you use the word samurai as a title?
I see samurai as a symbol of leadership. Samurai as a symbol of willing to change. And I went to Japan basically to learn from the Japanese how to improve my nation. That's the mission that I was sent to Japan.
Right.
And in fact, the title of the book in Japanese is Nihon Kara Manabu.
Yes.
So it was a story of what I've gone through the Louis policy until who I am today. And I like to share my experience with the Malaysian, what I've learned from Japanese.
That was all. In just one word, sorry to interrupt you. What is it that you learned from Japan?
The biggest thing that I've learned is about nemawashi.
Oh, nemawashi.
Yes, that's the most important strategy in order for us to win other people's heart.
Okay.
And even to become a good leader, you need to perform nemawashi.
Okay, for international viewers, I'm familiar with the term. Nemawashi is something about behind the scenes or prior arrangements, negotiation.
Yes.
Okay, to win people's support. Okay, Dato, we certainly need much more time to address your issues, but very happy to see your face here, and thank you very much indeed for your time.
Thank you very much. Have a nice day.
Thank you too, sir. The other day I was taking a walk around this lake about 1 hour to the west of Tokyo as I was writing a book in a hotel there, and I found this funny shaped structure. I went nearer there, and it looked like a bamboo, and I opened the lid, and what does it look like?
You find something inside?
Yeah, there's a small Japanese letter there. Perhaps you cannot read it. It says, Doko Demo haiku.
What does it mean?
Doko Demo is everywhere. Haiku, meaning haiku, please compose everywhere or anywhere you are. Right in this mountain, there's nobody around, and I opened the lid, and the city municipality staff put into this small tack of papers.
So everyone can
compose a haiku right on the spot.
Anything they want, as long as
the emotions come to their mind at the time.
It doesn't matter they're artists or not.
Of course, not for everyone.
For everyone.
And after you write it, compose it, you put it into a slit somewhere, then the city officers collect them and put it to exhibition kind of competition of the town, haiku competition of the town. Yeah, it's so widely everyday thing of Japan. Even in a mountain, open the lid, please compose a haiku. Isn't it funny?
Wow, this is interesting.
You can write a love letter if you can use a seasonal word. Maybe the moon. By the way, moon was often used to express love in Japan. You know, this is just I think they will cut me, but before Edo Heian period, long time ago, when we don't use such a Western word like "I love you." It's too vulgar, too
direct.
Direct.
Yes.
We say a man takes a woman out to a beautiful pond when the moon is full moon. And the man says, "Isn't the moon pretty tonight?" Then the lady says, "Yes, it is indeed." then engaged.
Oh my God.
So the moon can be the seasonal word for love in haiku, by the way. Okay, let's get back to our program.
Okay.
I'd like to introduce to you the world's most famous haiku of Japan by Matsuo Basho.
An old pond, a frog jumps in, a splash of water.
Okay, thank you very much. Well, what's your feeling about this poem?
I don't feel anything.
This is the world's most famous poem of Japan.
Wow. What does it mean? Can you explain?
Okay, it's very difficult to explain. There's something you have to feel.
Feel, yeah, exactly.
But anyway, the point is, more meanings are in the words unsaid rather than in the words said. So meanings are in between the words. So in between the word, you can visualize. Okay, I say an old pond. Then you must visualize rather than saying you don't feel anything. You must visualize what kind of old pond it is. It's very, very quiet, very old, very new, modern, concrete, or it's like a ghost is coming out of the water. You visualize. And visualization is up to you. And next I say, a frog jumps in. You must visualize what kind of frog is a huge frog like in Indonesia, or tiny little green one in Japan, or brownish one, child or adult. You imagine using your inspiration. A splash of water. What kind of, again, what kind of splash is it? Is it like a big splash, like whales, shark whales, tuna fish? No, it is about a splash made by the frog.
I see.
So you visualize the whole world of nature right as if it were right in front of you. So my world, your world communicates, right? Synchronicity of an observer who is watching the frog jumping in and the environment, synchronicity. I cut the emotions of the moment, scene of the moment, frog, pond, and the sound of water. I think we need some practice, don't we?
Yes.
Thank you very much,
But
Ita.
that's beautiful.
This is beautiful. Okay, like this, Japanese are trained to synchronize daily words and actions with subtle changes in environment. Meaning a frog jumping is a change in environment. How to compose haiku, if you're interested, my viewers? Abbreviate words, 5 only. Condense emotions. Combine creatively. Okay, but there are some precautions.
This sounds easy, but I don't think it's really easy.
Okay, so there are some precautions there. Don't expose emotions so much, like I said, I love you, such a vulgar English word. And number 2, don't exaggerate, like I love you, for example.
But some people, when people compose a poem, it's supposed to be emotion and exaggerate.
But not in a Japanese haiku. You must keep emotions inside, but let the other people feel big magnitude of emotions inside. Because emotions,
so people will assume what does it mean.
Yes.
So different people have different opinions.
That's right. Exactly. That's fine. That's interaction. Now, this summary kind of essence of Japanese concept of nature. In tea ceremony, there are 4 basic elements you have to observe. That is called in Japanese wa kei seijaku. Wa, harmony, kei, respect, sei is purity, jaku is tranquility. And wa is about integration. And K is about feeling of awe for life, like Mount Fuji, so gigantic, magnificent. We feel a sense of awe. We show respect to the mountain, the spirits of the mountain. And purity is about pure, innocent mind. And tranquility is about presence of mind, spiritual peace of mind. In Indonesia, your place, is there such a holy mountain like Mount Fuji there?
I know one mountain in East Indonesia.
East
Java.
Oh,
East Java.
Okay.
It calls Bromo Mountain.
Bromo Mountain.
Yes.
Is it a sacred holy mountain?
I think it is because people come there. They do sacrifice sometimes, but not throwing themselves, throwing
Okay.
some things
Okay.
inside,
Okay.
and then maybe pray for safety.
Safety.
Or
For mountain to take care of the village.
yeah, but it's not so obvious because we live under many religions. We have
Sure.
faith,
Okay.
particular faith. We
Okay.
don't want to do something like worship.
I see. Okay, that's fine.
But it's more like local people
Local practice.
yes, the
ritual.
ceremony. Yeah, it's like a culture.
Okay.
It's more like
I guess,
culture than
I guess-
religion.
I guess a similar holiness. So we feel about something gigantic. or
Yes.
something. Okay. Okay. Today's topic is Japanese concept of nature. What do you think of today?
Today's nature reminds me of this high and low context
Oh.
culture.
Okay.
Because I think Japanese put everything, their thought or their expression in a context, but not in a big world.
Not into the words. That's
The
right.
words,
That's
yes,
right.
the
Exactly.
words.
That's a bit of a summary. High context. Japanese approach to nature. Okay. The secret to win a deal with Japanese and their trust. If you're business people, give them enough space and interval to allow them to examine the impact, repercussions of a proposal upon various stakeholders before you expect their answers. Who knows, they may be making a business haiku in their mind. Give them time to create natural, holistic, or zentai saiteki overall optimizing solutions. And this is Japan spirit.
Until next time,
Goodbye.
goodbye.